fight shorts, and I'd have the advertisers on there. And he's like, Vince said no, because, the other wrestlers are going to get pissed off about it. The sponsors for Raw are going to get pissed off about it. So Punk's like, all right, fine. It's not my hill to die on. He's like, I let it go. He's like, then they bring, Brock Lesnar in wearing fight shorts, and he's got advertisers on there.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, and I know, like, Brock had, like, the sponsorship deals, like, before he went to the WWE and what have you, but he's like, like, what is the difference with, like, me doing it and him? If the difference is that he's a superstar and I'm not, then let me go.
Seriously.
But yeah,
that's bullshit though, because that's almost exactly what happened to Brett. If you read his book, like he would go to Vince with an idea, like the ladder match, and then Vince would be like, I don't know, and then fucking Shawn Michaels has a ladder match with Razor Ramon or something.
Yeah.
Or Brett comes with to some other idea, and he's like, no, and then fucking Shawn Michaels does it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like nothing's changed.
Yeah, but I mean,
still the same bullshit politics.
Yeah, and he's like, another reason I kind of left was because of, the network coming out. And he's like, we're getting, he's like, let's say, like, WrestleMania for HD pay-per-view is getting, like, $70 per buy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good money to be had for everybody. He's like, now they're selling the network for, like, $10 a month. And, how does that factor into the wrestlers getting paid? Like, what are the wrestlers going to get paid for this? He's like, well, Vince just kind of laughed. He's like, don't worry about it. We're still figuring it out. He's like, maybe you guys should have thought about that before you started this up here.
No shit. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So he's really kind of like opening up the fucking back closet of the WWE.
Yeah, and like, he even says, like, that whole storyline with him going into Money in the Bank, with him, like, resigning the contract. He's like, at that point I was ready to leave. I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this. And he's like, I don't want to say Vince convinced me or sold me the idea on coming back and whatnot, but I was just like, you know what, man, all right, let me give this the old college try and whatnot. And he's like, and I was fucking miserable.
Mm.
So, I got to listen to more of it, but from what I understand, man, he buries Triple H too, man.
Oh, how could he not? I mean, just seeing what I did of those pipe bomb things, which, I mean, even when I knew that they were fake, it's kind of like, that some of what he's saying isn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. Like the whole doofus wife and all of that. And
they call Triple H a doofus. It's definitely an idiot.
That was genius. When he was like, when he ever said that line about, I would like to think that it'll change when Vincent McMahon is dead, but they won't, because this company's going to be taken over by you and your doofus's wife and like shit like that. Like, I nearly shit my pants. I thought that was beautiful.
It was.
Like, seriously, no wrestler has impressed me in recent times or ever since like Bret Hart in those days, like CM Punk has, because he's good in the ring and he's good on the mic.
Here's the thing. I never thought Bret was really that great on the mic until he like started going heel and he was like just bitching and moaning about shit, where he's just like, everybody in that goddamn dressing room knows I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. If you don't like it, tough shit. I'm like, there we go. He's found it. He's found the fucking mic skill. Yes. Finally.
Yeah, that's true. He never was good on the mic.
He never really was.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get somebody like Punk, pretty damn good in the ring. You don't believe me? Go watch any of his fucking matches.
Right. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I was not really a fan of CM Punk necessarily, but then when we saw Night of Champions and he made John Cena look like he knew how to wrestle, I was sold. I was sold. Because I've seen Cena wrestle before that, and I was like, oh, what a fucking piece of shit. What is this, fucking Brock Lesnar or some shit?
Yeah. The 5 moves of doom.
Seriously. Look out, it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he's turned into now. Because like he's running around wearing the red shirts. It's like, stay positive, fight through adversity, blah, 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 blah. It's like, we've heard this act before.
Say your prayers. Drink, take your vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And like, don't get me wrong, man. I met John Cena. Very cool dude. Very, very nice to everybody.
But he does drink a little too much of the company Kool-Aid.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, you go back to Punk. I mean, when he started just opening up on the mic more and more like that, it's like, holy shit! Like you could kind of tell, like, all right, maybe some of it's an act, but this guy's just like fucking opening up, just does not give a shit anymore.
Right. The only part of it that gives away that it's an act is the fact that he's only talking to the people that he's about to, fight in an upcoming match, and number two, he's like, at the pay-per-view, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, no, if you wanted to kick his ass, you would just kick his ass now. Like, you wouldn't wait. Like, dude, I'm so fucking mad at you. I'm gonna kick your ass in about a week or two. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, I'll see you on the playground.
Yeah, right. Fuck you, Andy. I'm gonna come fight you in about 2 weeks. So put that on your schedule, okay? Like, no,
no,
it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, if you say you were gonna kick my ass, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do it right there. You're not even gonna go, I'm gonna kick your ass. You would just fucking haul off and fucking slug me right in the mouth.
If you piss me off, the next thing you'd hear is, hey, Andy, what's up?
What are you laying around for? Doesn't matter. I'm not good enough for you to stand up and shake my head.
Podcast, but you fucking will.
Yeah. But yeah, Punk was just amazing with the mic skills.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, just go listen to any of his fucking promos, even the ones against Kevin Nash. I mean, he's just fucking laying into the guy.
Oz.
Like Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. He's like, God, how many friggin' nicknames do you have? Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Like some of the wrestling ones that he had. He's like, I'd call you Super Shredder, but I don't think most of the people here would get that. I'm like, yes, he got it.
I was like, I did.
I know that reference.
Look out, he's gonna powerbomb a Ninja Turtle through the fucking docks.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, so I mean, it sucks. To me, it sucks that Punk is gone, because it feels like there's something missing with the WWE now, but I fully understand why.
Yeah.
It's like part of me was just like, I want to like, I want to criticize the guy for leaving, but like I don't know what his reasoning is.
Mm-hmm.
If his reasoning was, nah, fuck this, like, whatever. Like I can't even really think of like a good reasoning that he would have had left. When I had originally heard it.
Yeah, like even McFoley came out and said something to the effect of like, not like trashing him, but sort of saying like it's kind of a show of ego, and if I were CM Punk, I don't know if I'd be so hasty. Maybe I'd kind of weigh things out, kind of see how things go, and maybe let the contract ride out and then decide what I'm going to do, rather than just kind of walk off and things like that. But
yeah, and
he made a good point. But if CM Punk's being all like, it's because of my health and I couldn't really perform anymore, and they were basically like, well, tough shit, then I can see why he'd walk.
Yeah, and it's also the thing, like Steve Austin even brought up a good point. He's like, look, it was January when he walked out, like end of January. He's like, guy's contract ran out in July or something like that. He's like, he leaves now, he's gonna lose millions.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk even kind of addressed that in the podcast. He's like, basically like WWE, like their job is to undermine how much you're worth. He's like, let's say like my value was like $8 million. Like they're not going to pay me $8 million because they want to turn a profit. They're going to look at me and just say, we'll pay you $500,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's like, people are like, well, you made millions of dollars. Like, yeah, and I should have made 10.
Not getting my full worth here.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, to the people that are like, well, I bought your house. I deserve an explanation. It's like, you didn't buy my fucking house. I bought my fucking house. you think I saw that much money when you went and bought a T-shirt? Which hey, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you went out and bought a T-shirt, and I'm glad I saw the fraction of it that I did. But he's like, you did not buy my fucking house.
It's a lot like the music industry. For all of the work and sweat and everything that goes into their product, they don't really see very much turnaround of that.
Exactly.
Because if they had any kind of chunk of that business, holy shit, they would all be millionaires, like multi-millionaires, maybe even billionaires. Some of the big stars.
Yeah. And I mean, he was making points where he's like, look, nobody outsold John Cena with merchandise until I started doing all the pipe bombs and whatnot. He's like, I outsold John Cena. I was the first one to do it. He's like, nobody's come close since.
Nice.
And I mean, it's a really entertaining podcast. It's like 2 hours long. And then next week's episode, they're gonna have people like submit questions like about it, and Punk's gonna answer. I'm like, oh nice. Shit. I'm like, how fucking cool is that, man? That's awesome. And Punk was pretty funny about it. He's like, just ask me questions about this. He's like, don't send me questions like, how big is Dave Bautista's dick? He's like, I don't want to answer that. I don't want to answer that. Fuck that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's AJ like in the sack?
But as good as your mom. Damn, she must be terrible.
They are married, right?
Yeah. They've been married for probably like 8 months at this point, I think.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know it was that long, actually.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yes.
It's been a while. Been married.
Had a few kids.
Yeah.
Grandkids,
It is. I'm kind of glad you brought up AJ Lee because I'm kind of curious like how her storylines are going to play out. Is she going to get buried now because of what Punk did?
Yeah, like you'd really hope not because like come on, it has nothing to do with her. It's not like she was like, yeah, fucking leave.
Yeah, that's like getting pissed off at
her.
Yeah, it's like getting pissed off at a parent for something they did and just like smacking their kid around.
Right.
Or their wife if you're Ray Rice, but that's another point. Oh. Yeah, I know. I'm still pissed about that whole bullshit. Anyways.
You're not the guy who has to deal with, fucking the whole Cosby thing. Here I am with like a copy of Bill Cosby himself amongst my VH tapes, and I'm like, I feel so dirty.
It's like the magic's gone.
I feel like I have like a teenage girl in my basement like chained to a wall somewhere just because I own that VHS tape. I don't, but that's how I feel.
Dude, if I were Bill Cosby, I would totally own up to it in the sense of like, if a horror movie director came up and said, look, I've got this script. It's about you like kidnapping like teenage girls and whatnot. Just like, dude, go for it. Because at this point, what else could it do?
Yeah, because that won't, end up like the, fucking Nightmare on Elm Street situation where parents just, surround his house, light it on fire. He comes back as Freddy Krueger. Oh, yeah,
now you see what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invade your dreams. You're sitting there and you're happy in the candy land and you go, oh, there's a candy cane lollipop and the light post is made out of chocolate and here I come and kick you right in the buttocks. And then I'm going to stab your eyeballs out and make funny faces at you using them.
Oh my god, that would be like the worst / funniest movie ever. Oh man.
Dude, get to work on the script.
Okay. Interior bedroom.
Like, dude, holy shit, I would pay to see that movie. Like, dude, I would pay for it on Kickstarter. Like, I'd be like, dude, I don't have $1 million, but here you go. Like, I want to see this.
Morning. Sydney wakes up with semen dripping down her mouth and thinks, Cosby again. Cosby in the other room.
Freddie Cosby. There we go. See, dude, I would watch that movie. I don't know about you, man. Holy shit, I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Oh, I would watch that movie, absolutely.
Like, hey, we got this great movie. It's about this guy kidnaps teenage girls and like goes and kills them in their dreams, and it's kind of insinuated that he rapes them too. Like, whatever. It stars Bill Cosby as the guy that kidnaps the girls. I'm in. I'd be like, this is Bill Cosby's best work ever.
But seriously, it's tough because, like, I want to like the guy because of the stuff that I like